After a great trend of horror, after a cool past couple of months, we get this for the actual season of the Halloween week. Really? What's up, everybody, and welcome to my review of Pray for the Devil. Thank you so much, guys, as always, for clicking here. I really do appreciate it. The film follows the story of Sister Anne, a nun who prepares to perform an exorcism as she comes face to face with a demonic presence related to her past. Now, guys, full discrepancy, I've never seen a single exorcism film with the exception of maybe a couple clips here and there of the original. I plan on seeing it one of these days. But yeah, I've never seen a single exorcism film. But to be honest, I'm just burnt out on all these supernatural possession horror films, especially PG-13 supernatural possession horror films. It's just basically the same old thing to me, since a majority of them are always rated PG-13. Now, I'm not saying that the rating will make a difference, but Evil Dead, come on. So because of that, I rarely set my standards high for any of these that comes out. And I'll just go ahead and say it, even if they are rated R. Like, again, I know the rating doesn't really matter. It's just how good the movie is to you, per se. So, of course, going into this, I set my expectations on a very low bar. Did it help? See where I'm going with this? But before I get into all that, let's get into the positives of Pray for the Devil. First and foremost, I gotta say, Jacqueline Byers, who plays the main character, Sister Anne, I liked her. I think she really shines. She plays this nun who battles all these demons of her past that she tries to fight off metaphorically on top of the demon that she actually fights in the film. She's just somebody you could really relate to. Now, I'm sure a lot of people relate to because of religious beliefs. And I'm sure a lot of people deal with that every day. I know a lot of people deal with that every day. And it's just a concept that's very strong, especially in today's standards. You know, heaven, hell, God, the devil, evil, good. She's just one of those characters that is very relatable because of that. I really do think that she shined. She shined the most in this film. And the way her performance was, I thought she did a really good job with this character. Every time she was on screen, that's when I enjoyed the movie the most. She's really set up well as this shining light against this evil force that they try to fight throughout the film. And Jacqueline Byers, she was terrific in this part. Not to mention Posse Taylor, who plays Natalie, the little girl that she tries to help, that Jacqueline Byers' character tries to help. I think she was pretty good in this too. She had the perfect mixture of this innocence about her, and that's very likable, but at the same time, she definitely has her creepy moments where she's possessed by this evil entity. And it's just the way her facial expressions and just the all-out acting performance that this girl has sent out. I thought she did a really good job. I was with her all the way, every step of the way. And like I said, she just gave me this sense of caring for this character while at the same time being creeped out by her. Because there were several scenes that involved her character that was kind of creepy in a way. But unfortunately, that's all the good I can say about this. As we dive into our negatives, this movie just was boring. This movie clocked in at an hour and a half. Felt like 2 hours. It just dragged on the tone and just all out pacing, and it just didn't really work for me. It felt so generic that I was able to predict everything that was about to happen, which made the jump scares less than impressive. Oh, she's behind you. Who'd have thought that? Oh yeah, this thing is about to jump out at you. Yeah, I didn't see that coming a mile away. Just every single thing about this movie, especially with the jump scares and just how generic it was. Again, going into this movie, I figured as much. Again, I was already expecting every single thing, just about, that I was right on what I was to expect of this, because it just didn't grab me. And again, going into this movie, I was expecting nothing less. It's just one of those generic films that you see it every time. Every single time. Now, if more movies came out like Evil Dead, which is the only demon possession type of supernatural horror that I really like, if more movies came out like that instead of this, then yes. I mean, I don't understand that. If only we had gotten more sequels and an actual sequel to Evil Dead, the Evil Dead remake, then hell yeah. I know there's another one of those coming out, but I don't think it's a sequel. I don't know what the continuity is for that one. It's called Evil Dead Rising, but I'm just saying, if more supernatural movies came out like Evil Dead instead of Pray for the Devil and stuff like that, I think the horror community could be a little bit more happier, but that's just me. That's just me. But again, Pray for the Devil is just another one of those generic films that you knew every single thing that was going to happen, and it just didn't. It bored you. It bored me because of that, and it's just one of those where you're saying, "Well, I could predict everything that was going on. I could have made this movie." Yeah, I could have been right there next to the director and say, "Oh yeah, make this happen, make that happen." Because I already know how I want it to go, and I already know how it went. So it's just, again, it's just one of those generic films that it just swing and a miss. Spoiler alert. It was unscary. It was unsatisfying. Throughout half the film, I found myself okay, I'm getting dizzy. And again, I know it probably wouldn't have made a difference with the rating, but I'm so sick of these PG-13, wimpy, dumbed-down horror films that just... Why? But again, I understand that the rating doesn't always mean that much. I have seen R-rated supernatural horror films that I pretty much felt the same way that I did about this film. So that'll get a little bit of a pass. Still, Evil Dead. Come on. And I know that's a completely different movie from what type of horror this is, but it's like none of us really asked for it anyway, so... But the film wasn't scary, it wasn't tense. Only enjoyable aspect of it was the characters I mentioned at the beginning, and that's it. It's not one of those that pissed me off, it's not one of those that offended me. Believe me, it takes a lot to offend me. It's not one of those, but it's definitely something that I will never watch again. And it's just definitely something that I'll just never speak of again. Don't let this discourage you from watching. If you're interested, please, I encourage you to watch it. Just be your own critic. Just tell me what you thought of it and just get back at me, especially down in the comment section below. But it just wasn't for me. It's not the type of horror that I'm used to that I like. So again, if you're interested, please go see it. And I hope you have a much better time than I did. I really do. I hope you find some enjoyment out of it. So in the end, guys, the film just wasn't for me because it was a swing and a miss. So Pray for the Devil. What was your thoughts on it? Were you a fan? Have you seen it yet? Did you find any enjoyment out of this? Do you like this type of genre? Do you find any entertainment value in this? Or was this just not for you? Was this just another generic supernatural horror flick and just not for you, not your cup of tea? Leave me a comment down below and give me your thoughts. Thanks once again for watching this. I really do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment, and share the big four. Make sure to click that bell icon so you don't miss a thing. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.